so we've got Edna and Betty, and you've been on the Pacific area how many times?
Only on this ship once.
Yes, but a total of cruises?
20.
20 cruises. That's pretty amazing. And you're from Queens?
From Queensland, Caboolture.
Caboolture, yes.
Where I grew up, was born there, but lived at a few places.
Yes, yes.
Love Queensland, really do.
Oh, that's excellent. Oh, lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Lovely meeting you too.
Yes. From Alatau, the next morning, our cruise ship, the Pacific Aria, arrived outside the entrance of Madang. The captain decided not to call into the port because of a report of an outbreak of anthrax, and instead move on to the next destination. After about 3 days, it was confirmed there was no outbreak of anthrax. We'd decided not to take cultural tours at Alatau, but instead take them at Madang, so consequently missed out on both of them. The moral of the story then is that if you're travelling, if you think you want to do it, then do it. So effectively, instead of giving us a port day, the captain gave us a sea day, sailing past the active volcanoes of Kaka Island and later on in the evening Manam Island and Boisa Island. In fact, there are heaps of islands on this route with various stages of eruption. The place is bristling with volcanoes. A full rundown of the details of this area was given by guest enhancement speaker and PNG expert John Hocknell over the ship's public address system.
Island in Papua New Guinea. Enjoy your meals if I interrupted you. Thank you. Bye.
Did you get anything? Yeah. Did you get a good photo? It was Valentine's Day, so we made the most of the scenery and the evening. Take one step at a time.
Oh, that was the west of it?
Yeah. Right, we're here.
Warmed up.
Well, what a welcome from the warm and friendly people of Wewak. Wewak only gets about 2 cruise ships a year, and they were pleased to see us, and we were pleased to see them. These days, Chinese takeaways are off the menu, so I felt really safe, and fast food giants like McDonald's haven't reached this area. But seriously, rising crime and how to keep tourists safe in Wewak has been a concern for the authorities in recent times. Touring can be hungry work, and a big variety of fresh fruit is available for sale everywhere. You've had one? Yeah, I mean, I don't mind having another one.
Is this rubbish? Okay. Is that rubbish? New Guinea is the home of bananas. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
The original banana.
So this was equivalent to 10 cents, wasn't it? 10 cents, yeah. 10 cents. The tender boat drops you off at the fisheries jetty, and from there it's just a few minutes walk into town, a distance of about 250 metres, and then another 250 metres to the main market. Hey look, we can hire a car here.
Did you get a good photo of that?
Yeah, I did. Almost immediately, Sandy struck up a dialogue with the locals.
Where are you going now? To work?
Yeah, you have to do that.
Holiday?
No, high school at Medding Day.
High school? Where's the market?
I'll go with
The queue for the bank is an indication of the security level required. Only one person at a time is allowed into the bank. We decided to visit a shop to see what was available to the locals. Oh, jandals. Jandals. Flip-flops or thongs are referred to as jandals in New Zealand. I pretty well wear them all year round. We then moved on to the Laura Martin Market for the next part of our experience. While we were at the market, a police officer came over to us to offer his personal protection and escort. This really made our day and we felt very special. Is that AK? Is that an AK-47?
No, it's not AK-47, it's a K1A1. Korean made.
Korean made?
Yeah.
Oh, by Kim Il-jong maybe?
Are you from Korea?
No, from China. The K1K1 rifle is made by Daewoo, a Korean company that also makes cars.
Can I ask you, have you ever had to shoot somebody?
We felt even more privileged, not only because of the armed escort, but because in Wewak the big problem is the shortage of police. Because staff turn up late or not even at all, and some can't be bothered to do their job. Our armed escort took us through the craft section of the market and also acted as our knowledgeable guide. Explanations were forthcoming on every object.
The post or something of the house.
What is it? Is it?
It's wood.
Wow, that's magnificent.
Oh look, the crocodile's got the man.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a story there.
This family here, they're traveling on a canoe.
Yeah.
And a crocodile, he ate up the canoe and then he ate that person on his leg. He grabbed one of them.
Oh.
The big crocodile from the Sepik river.
Ah.
Infested with crocodiles, that river.
What's that? Animal?
That's a kaskas. Somewhat like a tree kangaroo.
Tree kangaroo.
Yeah.
Ah, I know that one.
Wewak is the capital of East Sepik and has a population of 25,000. As well as English, there are 4 main indigenous languages spoken there. Between 1943 and 1945 it was the site of the largest Japanese airbase in Papua New Guinea, which is used as the Wewak International Airport today. The Australian and American forces attacked Wewak toward the end of the Second World War, which resulted in the Japanese surrendering on 13 September 1945.
Lots of shells spread there. Craft market in Wewak.
We bought a few items from the craft market and then we moved over to the fruit and vegetable section.
Can we have a 30? Oh, do I choose it? Oh, which one's a good one? This one?
Come to Rick. Carol.
Vanilla? Yeah.
Carol. They smell good. I can smell the mangoes.
Thank you very much.
So, how much is that?
20 toya.
For all or
No, one.
Oh, one.
just one banana? 20. That's 10 cents.
Yeah,
Okay.
things are going up.
Things have gone up. So, is that 10 cents? What is that?
10 toya. 10 toya.
10 toya?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got a 10 on it. So what, is it one of those for one of those?
20 toya.
20, oh 20. So, 20.
Yes.
20 is one?
Yeah.
Can I have one then? Is it good? Is it a good one?
Yes.
It's a very good one.
Yes.
All right.
What's their name? Bite it.
Is it like a lychee, is it?
It's like a lychee. It's delicious. Okay. Oh, only one. Only one. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes. You cook it? You cook it. Oh, you boil it.
As well as sago, the other interesting item for sale was the chrysomelodide beetle, which we're selling like hotcakes. We didn't understand why locals loved to have their picture taken, even though there was no way of sending them the pictures.
Nice photo.
What's your name?
Sandy.
Jack.
Sandy.
Sandy.
Yeah, from New Zealand.
Thank you, Sandy.
Can we stay there?
On the other side of the market was a small jetty, which provided a photo opportunity.
It's beautiful. Lovely day.
Good morning. William, my name.
Sandy, William?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm from the island.
that island?
Alan, hello. William, is it?
Yep.
G'day.
How are you doing today? Steve.
Yes.
And now it was time for us to make our way back to the ship. A couple of hours is all you need to visit the main town.
These towns. All basically sort of
Downtown Wewak.
Yep.
Does anyone want any fizzy?
No, I'm fine. Interesting to note that even food shops have security bars.
Beetle alley. Them off a tree? Here? Round here?
Yeah.
Beetle tree. Down here?
Yeah, I think so. We're done here.
Done with downtown?
We're done. Yeah, downtown Beetle Alley.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Our final stop for the morning was a side market which specialised in betel nuts, but not before having a photo op with more locals. On the way back to the ship, we bought a newspaper for Ellen, who had gone ahead of us.
And English.
Hello. Morning.
Feel safe.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Long, but I don't know. I want to go back soon.
Thank you very much. For a moment, it felt like the whole town wanted to say goodbye to us.
Sorry, I'm doing Beetle.
Oh, Beetle nut.
Beetle, right.
This is Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pauline.
Yeah. By midday, a swell had come up and the tender operations were suspended for a short time. And Sandy's knife, which we use regularly, was confiscated by security as we boarded. Confiscated items are returned at the end of the cruise. Later that afternoon, Pauline took a ship's tour, a Moa village cultural experience, at a cost of $95 Australian. The drive out to the village takes about 30 minutes, and on arrival you're greeted by a welcome traditional dance. Next was a demonstration of sago processing, which is extracted from the spongy centre of a palm tree. Then there was a short walk to the Japanese war tunnels. And finally, one of the villagers opened up their home for viewing. We thoroughly enjoyed our Wewak experience, and so a big thanks to its citizens and of course to P&O Cruise Lines for making it possible for ordinary people like ourselves to visit this part of the world so easily. We hope you had a great time following our adventure, and we leave you with the highlights of our visit.